a good segue. We're close to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what time it is, man. We're about to jump into the NFL weekend segment with our sister. We got to come up with a better name for that. With our sister, Kimberly Howell. Man, all we ask is that we do not want to hear none of this. We don't want to hear no crying. No crying. So calm down. Here goes Kimberly. She is. All right, it's on you, Kimberly.
I'm going to go ahead and put my little disclaimer out there, because I'm probably going to be the most hated female by the end of the football season because I only speak the truth. What comes out of my mouth, I'm not responsible for. So let me put my gases on. They happen to be red and black, representing my Falcons. So before I get on the ain'ts and the girls, I want to bring up Thursday night, and this is a serious part of my segment. Buffalo played Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins. Buffalo intercepted 3 times to pull a mass blowout over Miami. They got plenty of sacks in on both Tua and Skylar. But what bothered me about the game that night was that Tua ended up exiting the game after another concussion. Now, he's taken, in my mind, too many concussion hits in his career, in his young career. When I saw that he crashed into DeMar, and he crashed into DeMar's chest, I went all the way back to 2 years ago on that Thursday night when we were watching DeMar Hamlin and he died on the field. So I had to clutch my pearls. And I don't know if anybody else in that mode of thinking, but it immediately came back to me at that moment. So this is more for the NFL than anybody else. It is time for you guys to step in and stop thinking about your pockets and start being responsible and protect your players. Because this is ridiculous that this guy has had this many concussions and you're still allowing him to play. And that's my 2 cents on that. Now I'm going to move in on my Carolina Kitty Cats. Carolina, the Chargers won 26 to the Kitty Cats 3. No, put the baby one up first, Orlando.
I didn't. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. The score of 26-3 is why the tickets were going for $2.36 this weekend in Charlotte. Cats, you took a toddler who was barely out of his size t-shirt and you made him responsible for an entire team. Those type of bonehead decisions by your owner, Dave Tepper, will continue to happen until you do right by Steve Wilkes and Cam Newton. Orlando, you can put the other one up to show that size 3T t-shirt. Chargers. Chargers won not so much because of their experience and their skills, but because of inexperienced, bad passing decisions from Bryce. The Kitty Cats have now benched Bryce, and you replaced him with Andy Dalton. Bryce, you have now made history, not only as the smallest kid in the NFL, but the first number 1 overall draft pick in the common draft to be benched for a non-injury reason. Dude, it's time to let it go. Listen, Charlotte, you mark my word. You better start getting your petitions together to get you a new owner, or you're going to end up getting sold and you ain't going to have no team. And you're going to find yourselves back on the auction block. I'm done with that. All right, now I got to get to my favorite. Now, everybody knows that I despise Dallas, and I have a mutual dislike of the New Orleans Saints. We're respectable enemies. But I had to eat my crow Sunday and pull for the Aints. Those Aints became the Saints. In the Sunday massacre. Dallas, I got a question for you. Are you still them boys? Those Saints came in and you buried them girls 44-19. Now you paid Dak that $260 million last week, 4 hours before the game. And his way of thanking you is coming in and throwing a bunch of interceptions. And then sitting on the side of the bench like he always does, pouting. There was no reason for y'all to get beat down that bad. I don't understand. What is going on? And then what gets me about you Cowgirl fans is that you talk all of this trash, you make noise, you can't even go on the internet without seeing you. But then when you get beat, it was crickets. Like you couldn't find a Cowgirl nowhere yesterday. You know, you couldn't find not one. And, you know, it was rumored that they asked Zeke what happened. And all Zeke was, I don't know. Them Saints came from everywhere. So I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of this week. That is my 2 cents for my NFL summary for the weekend. So let me sum it up and end it by saying there's 3 truths. The Panthers are awful. Dallas is overrated. And Brett Favre still stole that money. That is my 2 cents.